Okay, so submissions are open for Radical Interpretations magazine, which is my experimental publishing project for 2022 into 2023. It's a magazine of imagined futures. So not a space with answers, but it's intended to bring together a body of work to create the space for a debate. So I've positioned this that it will be both established and emergent voices. So if you're very used to writing, either academic writing or business writing or creative writing, or indeed if you're an artist or a creative who wants to explore a different way of storytelling, then this could be for you. But similarly, if you've never written anything before, if you've never written an academic article, if you've got no background in formal writing or indeed creative writing, then that's okay as well. This isn't just a space that will replicate what is being written everywhere. It should be a space for divergent and different and sometimes challenging ideas. So a respectful space, but one which will paint imagined futures. Well, what does that mean? Well, it kind of means not what we have today. So it could be about a new idea within an existing frame. So what will work look like in the future? What will healthcare look like? What will leadership look like? What will organizational learning look like? What about the functions of R&D or the functions of HR? What will they look like? So we could just take an existing frame and look at what goes on within that. Or you could choose to throw away the frame. How will we be productive without organizations? How will we be citizens without countries? How will we be effective without systems? And how will we be safe without rules? It's really a space to explore imagined futures. Not so distant that they're unimaginable, but things that we can imagine. A space to be brave. What will it look like? Well, initially I'm imagining it's going to be a dozen or so articles which explore different ideas, supported by commissioned artwork. So indeed, some of these pieces could be written as fiction. It could be written as prose. It could be a very strong data-led piece, or it could be a very creative illustrated piece. Now, there will be a peer review process. So if you've done a lot of academic writing before, you'll be used to that. And if you've never done anything before, it might feel a bit daunting, but this is a light touch process. So the idea is that you will submit an abstract, which is just a fancy way of saying an idea, just 150 to 300 words to say what I'm thinking about. Even if I don't know how I'm going to achieve it, this is the space I want to explore. You could even say, I'm going to need some help to do it. Maybe I can match you up with somebody who wants to explore a similar subject, or an artist or a photographer who wants to get involved in a creative project. And then we pull the ideas together, and there will be a peer review process to decide the articles that we're going to develop. And then there'll be a writing buddy to help you do so. And then when we get through to the final ideas, there will be response letters. So there'll be a chance, even if you don't create an article, to respond to something somebody else has done. And then I'll pull it all together in the latter half of the year, and we'll figure out how we're going to publish it. And you know what? It might fail. I'm going into this with eyes wide open. I know how much work it is to do these things, but I also love the old punk magazines, the zines, the fan magazines of old, which, you know, at one point in my life, I was writing these things and cranking round those old Banda printers to create these really lo-fi magazines that you could just give away or sell for pennies or cents. So we'll see where it ends up, if it ends up anywhere at all. But if you want to be involved, get in touch. You can submit your ideas. I'll post the link below, and we'll see where we take it. Okay, thanks everyone.